welcome to Toons. In today's episode, we're going to be looking at the ghost on the myth behind the monsters. The Phantom first appeared in the episode Hassle in the Castle, the third episode of Scooby-Doo, Where Are You? When the gang is stranded on an island after their boat breaks down, they are forced to spend a night in a castle haunted by a flying sheeted ghost. After some teenage sleuthing, the gang discover that the ghost is really, spoiler alert for a 50-year-old episode, a magician, Bluestone the Great, who is using his tricks to scare people away whilst he searches for buried treasure. The ghost in the episode is about as classic as it gets. The Bedsheet Ghost, literally a white sheet with two holes for eyes thrown over one's head. The ghost is translucent, can walk through walls and appears to fly. This is the part where I remind you to like the video. It really helps the video get seen more and allows us to keep bringing more myths to you. And if you haven't done so yet, hit subscribe and ring that bell icon to be notified the next time there's a monster on the loose. The Bedsheet Ghosts came into popularity in theatres during the 18th and 19th century, where they would depict ghosts wearing the white burial shrouds of the time. It also became a common prank in Victorian England to dress up in white sheets and to scare passers-by. They were most commonly perpetrated in urban areas where the streets and churchyards, even at night, provided a large and captive audience. In 1761, residents around Westminster Abbey and St John's Churchyard, Millbank, got up a subscription of 5 guineas as a reward for any person or persons that captured a ghost impersonator that was terrorising the neighbourhood and frightening the weak-minded. Guess they were the original Mystery Inc. After this, the costume grew in popularity, as did the holiday Halloween in the US, as it was a cheap and easy costume. Once the mass-produced Halloween costumes of the 50s became a thing, however, a consumerist-focused society started to look down on such a simple costume. Even nowadays, with all the simple to put together but made on the cheap Halloween costumes, the Bedsheet Ghost is a serious no-no. The Bedsheet Ghost is considered a serious no-no. Now, there's plenty more I could say about these kind of ghosts, but the gang come across these babies fairly often, and I've got to save something for future videos, right? Well, don't worry, there's more to say about this particular Bedsheet Ghost in our new segment. One of the ways Bluestone is able to trick the gang is by using projectors and mirrors to make the ghost appear translucent and to walk through walls. Although not outright stated as so in the episode, this is the Pepper's Ghost effect. The Pepper's Ghost effect is created by placing a pane of glass or two-way mirror at a 45-degree angle from whatever object is being reflected. The object in question is hidden from the viewer of the illusion and has a bright light shining onto it to make it easier to reflect. This effect is famously used at Disney's Haunted Mansion style attractions worldwide to create the illusion of ghosts fading in and out. More recently, they have implemented a variation of this effect in the new Rise of the Resistance attraction to simulate a hologram using a projection of Daisy Ridley. Speaking of holograms, it was this technology that was used to bring back artists such as Tupac and Michael Jackson in holographic form at concerts. One of the early depictions of the ghost in popular culture is in The Canterville Ghost by Oscar Wilde, released in 1887, which featured children dressing up like this to scare a real ghost. The popularity, however, of the Bedsheet Ghost as a costume in the early half of the 20th century certainly left its mark on pop culture, as artists now had a quick shorthand for drawing ghosts. This design was featured in many early cartoons, such as these classic Felix the Cat shorts, Felix the Ghostbreaker, 1923, Ghostly Concert, 1959, and Redbeard the Pirate, 1960, in the Merry Melodies short Ghost Wanted, 1940, as well as the Looney Tunes short Claws for Alarm, 1954, to name a few. And then there's the animated classic Casper the Friendly Ghost, who first appeared in a short in 1946. Oh, and of course, who could forget this costume's use in It's the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown. Like many of the classic ghosts from Scooby-Doo, Where Are You?, particularly those featured in the show's opening theme, the Phantom has become one of the franchise's most classic villains, popping up whenever a group of monsters are needed. This may also be due to the Bedsheet Ghost being an iconic monster to begin with, outside of the realms of the show. He appears in the video game Night of 100 Frights, shows up in comics such as The Phantom of the Castle and Who's Who in Scooby-Doo. His hand makes a cameo in the Mystery Begins closing montage, trying to grab Daphne. It's possible that the Phantom is seen in the opening sequence for Be Cool Scooby-Doo. Since this ghost appears alongside a redesigned Captain Cutler, the Ghost of Elias Kingston, and Space Kook, all classic monsters from Scooby-Doo Where Are You? However, the fact that it has a hood and red eyes do make it unclear, but it is not out of the realms of possibility that this is this show's redesign of the Phantom. The Phantom is seen as one of the many monsters that the Flash helps the gang unmask quickly so that he can spend more time with Shaggy and Scooby. And most recently he appears in the brand new movie Scoob in their recreation of the classic opening sequence. Not to mention all the countless appearances in promotional material, as well as figures, including a Lego minifigure where you can unmask Bluestone. Thanks for watching this week's The Myth Behind the Monsters. Tune in next week when we take a look at Minor 49er. What do you think of the Bedsheet Ghost? Do you think they're pretty spooky? Or are they really lame and cheap? Let us know down below. Cheers!